Gentlewoman's recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There's a lot of things that happen here in Congress, and many of them waste the American people's hard-earned tax dollars. But one of the most outrageous waste of hard-earned tax dollars has been the Russian collusion hoax led by Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff lied to the American people by leading the fake Russian witch hunt against President Trump. He weaponized the House Intelligence Committee to abuse all principles of due process and perpetuate the lies of Russia collusion. And he did that on the media over and over again. His committee conducted approximately 53 interviews during its 2017-2018 Russia probe. These transcripts from the Director of National Intelligence, former Obama Attorney General, former Deputy Attorney General, and the FBI Director, among others, proved that there was zero direct evidence of criminal conspiracy. He not only refused to release these interview transcripts, but he also continued to peddle lies to the American people that Russia interfered in the election. He falsely claimed that Russians offered help. The campaign accepted help. The Russians gave help. And the president made full use of that help when referring to allegations between President Trump and Russia during the 2016 election. In November 2020, he specifically asked Twitter to take action against spreaders of misinformation by removing content that questioned his baseless claims of Russian collusion. The biggest spreader of misinformation was Adam Schiff. As we know, the Mueller report determined there was no criminal collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. Thanks to the Durham report, we know now the entire Russian hoax was bought and paid for by Hillary Clinton and the DNC. During the probe, Schiff also abused his position on the Intel Committee and violated civil liberties by subpoenaing phone records from AT&T and a former Republican colleague on entirely baseless claims. His lies and abuse of power continued during the sham. Hollywood produced January 6th committee witch hunt, where him and his staff doctored a text message between Representative Jim Jordan and former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows to deliberately manipulate information presented to the American people. What a lie. He displayed a graphic of a text message which cut a sentence in half and eliminated the final two paragraphs of a detailed legal summary that were contained in the original text message. He did this to peddle more lies to the American people and perpetuate the fake narrative that January 6th was an insurrection, and it was not. And now Adam Schiff is running for Senate.
Gentlewoman yields to.
Thank you.
How much time?
1 minute.
One more minute.
1 more minute. Gentlewoman is recognized.
Thank you. And now Adam Schiff is running for Senate in California. Now, California has a lot of things messed up, and California is not the model that the United States needs. As a matter of fact, their government policies are atrocious. So if California decides to send Adam Schiff to Senate, they will be sending a proven liar. And that's what he's aiming to do. Raise money off of being a liar and running for Senate. I yield back the remainder of my time.
Gentlewoman reserves. Gentleman from Maryland.
I recognize and yield for 1 minute to my colleague from California, Mr. Swalwell.
Gentleman's recognized.
This is not a House floor proceeding. This is a partners meeting of Insurrection LLC. And I asked them, tell me, where was Adam wrong? He said at the first impeachment, can we be confident that Donald Trump will not continue to try and cheat this 2020 election? The answer is no, you can't. You can't trust this president to do the right thing, not for 1 minute, not for one election. He will not change, and you know it. Was he wrong when that president aimed and sent a mob into this chamber and made all of us leave? Was he wrong when he said that Donald Trump has betrayed our national security and he will do so again? And that Donald Trump stole and shared classified information? Was he wrong when he said that? Maybe he was wrong when he said to the country, you are decent. Donald Trump is not who you are. So I ask my colleagues, are you as indecent as Donald Trump? will you be remembered as footnotes and foot soldiers in history's books that chronicle Donald Trump's corruption? Or will you be as decent as Adam Schiff? I yield back.
Gentleman reserves. Members are reminded to direct their comments to the chair. Gentleman from Florida.
I yield 2 minutes of my time to the gentleman from Florida, Representative Corey Mills.
Gentleman is recognized.
Thank you so much. Mr. Speaker, I rise in favor of H.Res. 521 to censure and condemn Congressman Adam Schiff. The bottom line is this. Congressman Schiff utilized his position and hid behind classifications to mislead the American people. He abused his congressional authority and security clearance to push his own party's political agenda. This was not meant to be an unbiased jurisdiction of change. This was meant to be a political witch hunt. When members are appointed to select committees on intelligence, they are trusted with privileged information, and other members of the House are taking them for their word. As someone who had worked within the intelligence community, I can tell you that our classifications that we're available to take and read is not to be abused for our own ulterior motives. I hope my colleagues will join Congresswoman Luna to censure and hold Congressman Schiff accountable and to put an end of the waste, fraud, and abuse and the gross neglect in how we take advantage of the American people. With that, I yield back.
Gentlewoman reserves. Gentleman from Maryland is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I just want to observe that there are dozens of members on our side who have come to stand with Mr. Schiff, and it appears to have been evacuated on the other side. There's nobody standing with the Luna resolution, and I'd like to recognize and yield for 1 minute to Ms. Garcia.
Gentlewoman's recognized.
Mr. Speaker, Adam Schiff is tough. Adam Schiff is smart. Adam Schiff gets the job done. And Adam Schiff holds the powerful accountable. And that's exactly why we're here today. Extreme MAGA Republicans are trying to punish our colleague for doing his job, holding the twice impeached, twice indicted former president accountable. The MAGA wing of the Republican Party can't stop Adam. My friend Adam Schiff will always fight to defend our democracy. He will always do what is right. Trump's pals in Congress can create whole committees to defend him. They can try threatening outrageous fines. They can try to outright waste all of our time trying to prop up a man that has threatened our democracy over and over again. It's no surprise that former President Trump was in Miami court in a courthouse last week, and we're here today discussing this topic. Mr. Speaker, we've got to stop enabling this nonsense. When the whole House entertains the conspiracy theories, nonsense, and political vendettas, it's the entire GOP that's responsible. Thank you. I yield back.
Gentleman reserves. Gentlewoman from Florida. Gentlewoman reserves. Gentleman from Maryland.